Welcome to Almighty Tricks. So in our last video we have created one navbar, and in that navbar we have added this English, Hindi and Spanish language, and based on the language selection we are changing the language. So we did something like this. So if it is Hindi, then it will come Hindi language, then if it is English, then it will come English language. Okay. So now in this video what we'll do, we'll create one registration form, and in that registration form we'll have 2 to 3 fields, and based on the language selection it will change the field name also, right? So let me do one thing. Let me create a registration form with email, name, password, having background color light blue. Okay, so it is generating. So let me copy the CSS. Let me create one, let's say another folder called registration. Okay, let me have one file, style.css. Let me have another file, registration.jsx. So in the style I'll put the style, and I'll copy the elements, HTML elements for this form. Okay, let me go and I'll paste here. So let me create const registration. I can have return, and I'll paste here. Then I'll export default registration. Okay, let me format it. Okay, it will not format. Let me close this tag. Okay, let me format it now. Okay, now I need to use this registration form in app.js. Let me put it here, registration form. So we are not going to put any kind of action here, just we will be seeing how we can change the language for each and every field. Okay, so it is giving error, so I need to import this. Import registration form from components, registration. Now it should work. Let me check here. Let me refresh. Okay, I need to import that style, right? Okay, I'll go to this, then I'll import style from this file dot styles dot css. Let's see. Let me put class name. Okay, let me refresh again. Yeah, now it is showing this form. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we need to, so currently it is showing in English. Let's say if I change to Hindi, so it is showing in Hindi, but all these things are not showing in appropriate language, right? So what I'll do for this, I can create another file that is form, let's say .json. Okay, similarly here also I can create form.json. Similarly here also I can have form.json. Okay, so what are the elements are there? Okay, 3 elements are there. So now what I'll do, I can have one object. So in this object I can have fields. So in this fields I can have one object called name. So in this name I'll have another object, let's say the label. So what should be the label? Label should be name, capital N-M. Okay, then I can have placeholder. Let's say enter your name. I can have some error, if we are supporting some kind of validation, those things also I can have. For now I will not use those things, you can do in your project. Okay, now another field I can have email. So for email also I'll create the object. Similarly I'll have the label, let's say email. Okay, then I can have placeholder, so I can have enter your email. Okay, then I can have another object for password. So for password also I can have this label, so I can have password, then placeholder, it will tell please enter your password, let's say. Then I have one button, right? For button also it will have, let's say, button. Okay, I can have label, so let's say register. Okay, so this is it. So what I'll do, I'll copy all this thing, then I'll put in Spanish and I'll put in Hindi. So I'll go to translator. What I'll do, I'll say enter your name. Let me copy, paste here. I think this is the name. I'll put here name. Okay, now I can have enter your email. Spanish it is done. Let me do for Hindi. This is done. What we'll do now, so I'll go to registration. So here I need to import, use translator, import from React i18next. I'll import, use translation hook. I'll use it, const t, use translation. I'll pass the file name. The file name will be form. Okay, and I can use this here, so it will be like t of, what is that structure with fields, then name. So what I'll do, this field is common for everything, right? So I can do one thing. If I go to registration, then I'll put like this. Let's see whether it is working or not. Then here only I need to put name. Okay, similarly here, sorry, this is email and this is name, this is password, then this will be, what is that, button. Okay, let me check whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so some issue is there. Let me see. Okay, let me remove this fields, but we can do this. Okay, now let me copy it, fields. Let me go to registration here, fields.email, fields.name, fields.password, fields.button. Oh, okay, got it. Here we need to have the label, right? This is label. Similarly here we can have label. Okay, This one also we can have dot label. Okay, now this placeholder also we need to put placeholder. Okay, so placeholder will be t. We need to pass the, let me put fields here. Let's see whether it is working fine or not. Okay, we'll do it later. So first of all, we need to use if I need to copy this fields dot placeholder. Okay, I'll copy, then paste here. Okay, so it will be password, it will be name. Let's see, it is showing in English. If I change to Spanish, it will change into Spanish. Then if we change to Hindi, then it should change to Hindi. Let me, this is field. Okay, so let me do one thing. I can use this keyword, key prefix. So here I can use fields. Okay, then I'll remove all this thing. Okay, remove all this thing. Let me save. Let's see. Okay, so it is working. This is Hindi, this is Spanish, this is English. So this is the end of this video. So we have created this application using React, and we have added this i18next library in the React application. Similar way we can do it in Angular and Vue.js as well, and also in Node.js as well we can use if we are working in the backend. So if you need those videos, let me know in your comment. That's all about the i18next library. So thank you for watching this video.